It's yeah, boy. And you are now tuned into another episode of OU and Knicks podcast, hosted by yours truly. And yes, family, we are happy today. We witnessed one of the greatest preseasons of all time. Yes, we did. And let me tell you, it was something marvelous. Now, I'm not going to really play with you guys today. I'm really talk to you guys really about how I feel about the Knicks, how I feel about Emmanuel Quickley, even how I feel about Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, and the rest of the squad. What I must say is that we put on a show in our last preseason game. If you didn't get to see that preseason game, let me give you a little rundown of it. Quickly. RJ Barrett. Kevin Knox, RJ Barrett. Kevin Knox, RJ Barrett. Kevin Knox. Quickly. That's basically what you seen that night. That's basically what the fans got to see. And trust and believe, if you were a fan of the Knicks like me, trust and believe you were happy. You were elated. But let me be real with you guys. We saw Quickley dominate. In his first preseason start, we saw him drop 20, 5 and 5, 5 assists, 5 steals, couple of turnovers, but you expect that from a rookie. I'm not going to sit up here and act to you guys like I feel like Quickley is an all-star. I do. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I feel Quickley could come out this season if he starts and average 20 a game. I do. What I want to get to you guys is the mindset of Emmanuel Quickley. If you take a look at this kid, he has the heart of a lion in a 6'3" frame. And he's not scared of the big moments. And that is something that I have to say the Knicks have been missing out on since Carmelo Anthony. A closer. I can't necessarily say that I've seen that from RJ Barrett. I've seen him close, yes. I've seen RJ Barrett. I've even seen Julius Randle close. I've seen Peyton close. But it was the mindset of them when they closed. It was you know how you just shooting up some shots and you just make the basket and you didn't think that you was going to make it, and you look at your homeboy with your hands over your cheeks like, wow, I just made it. How those were. The thing with Quickley, what I saw, is that he yearns to close. That he wants to be the closer. That he wants to be on the floor when the game is close. And that's the type of point guard that the Knicks need. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say like I expect for him to start this upcoming season on Wednesday, but I believe that he's trending in the right direction and he's going to eventually be the starter on the New York Knicks. I've even got to say that what I've seen from Julius Randle from these first 4 preseason games, which I can't necessarily say that he's going to maintain this same amount of play, but what I've seen is him be more assertive on the offensive end, even though he don't play defense. He's terrible at defense. And no, I'll take that back, because he did have I did see him be assertive on the defensive end also, even though he's still terrible at it. I've seen him at least try with a couple of steals. I've also seen him let people just drive right to the basket and score on him, which is something that I don't feel like he should do. you are not that valuable to where you can't have at least 1 or 2 fouls. There's no reason that Mitchell Robinson should have to cover for you every single time. We are not expecting you to be able to keep up with every guard or player that's on the court. But what we do expect for you to do is give effort when you're playing on the court. And that's something last season that I really didn't see from Julius Randle. I saw a person who felt that he had an airness to him, that it was above him to play, it was below him, to play defense. And some of the greatest players in the world, i.e. Michael Jordan, sometimes LeBron, Kawhi Leonard, people, even Steph Curry, these guys play defense. If you're supposed to take the role of the leader of a team, then you have to prove yourself and lead in every category. Not just saying statistically, I'm saying with effort. If your teammates see you play defense, then they're going to play defense. If your teammates see you making the right play, moving the ball around, then they're going to move the ball around and play the right way. If you came here making $18 million per year, and when they brought you in here, they told you that you are the leader of this team, that you are the guy that we are going to put the ball in your hands when it's all said and done, then you have to take that upon yourself and lead by example. And I'm not even going to front. I've seen Julius Randle do it, but I didn't see him do it enough for me to say, yeah, this is our guy. This is the guy that we want to have here for the next 10 years, playing for us and making things happen. No. And if you're 26, 27 years old and you still bumbling passes, still spinning into triple teams, these are the things that's going to make fans like me not want you to even be on the team. When Julius Randle first came to the Knicks, I was so happy. I was like, oh, this is a 20 and 10 scorer. We need that. But what's your 20 and 10 when you got 5 turnovers? This guy averaged 5 assists, 5 turnovers last season. Go look up the stats. That's terrible. That's a 1-to-1 ratio. For every assist, there's a turnover. That's not something that we need. And what we saw from Quickly was IQ. He played as what? A point guard. He could hit shots when they started to zone. He was able to successfully handle Tom Thibodeau's triangle that I'm pretty sure that nobody been seeing this entire preseason. I've seen a few triangles, especially when Julius Randle gets up to the top of the to the free throw line and he's holding the ball while the offense is moving. That is a triangle. So, I mean, quickly, and no pun intended, but very quickly learned our offense and was able to run it efficiently. And I'm not saying that Peyton doesn't do that. I'm not saying that Peyton cannot run an offense. Peyton cannot shoot. Peyton is not fast enough to keep up with quicker guards. You got guards like, let's say, Donovan Mitchell, who's faster than Peyton. You got De'Aaron Fox, who's faster than Peyton. John Wall, who's faster than Peyton. Russell Westbrook, who's faster than Peyton. These are the players that I seen Peyton unable to lock down. Not saying that Quickly would do the same, but I figured that he'd give a better effort. Not to mention that we've already noticed that he does play defense. Plus, he can shoot. If Peyton could shoot, I would recommend Peyton being the starting point guard because he has more experience than Quickly. But because Peyton cannot shoot, because Peyton is not as efficient as most people think he is finishing at the rim, and I've seen Quickly in just even a short sample do the things that I didn't see Peyton do all last year. Peyton was supposed to come in and be a triple-double threat for us. 10, 10, and 10. That's what we was expecting from Peyton every game. At least me. Because that's not like what... This is something that I never understood. And I want to do other Knicks fans notice this also. Why, when a player comes to the Knicks after having a good season somewhere else, it's like the pressure mounts on them and they're terrible that season. We've seen this from Wayne Ellington, a great shooter, come in and be terrible. We've seen this from who else? Peyton. Be a triple-double threat every night on the Pelicans. And come in and just be terrible. And the thing about it is, when these people happen to leave the Knicks, they go back being good. Exceptional. Unlike some of them you don't even see or hear from them no more. But this is what I'm saying to you. But, if Peyton could shoot, I would definitely recommend him to be our starting point guard. But as far as right now goes, I don't think that's the right decision. I think that it's time to hand the keys over. Tom Thibodeau is the type of coach who likes players who can withhold big minutes. If you can play big minutes and your minutes are efficient, that means that they're helping the team. Tom Thibodeau is the type of coach that will give you the time that you need on the court. Tom Thibodeau, even though he likes to run with veterans because he deals with IQ just as much as he deals with stamina, I think that Tom Thibodeau, with his mindset and him wanting to win, Tom Thibodeau doesn't want to go to the draft. Tom Thibodeau wants to go to the playoff. This is a playoff coach. Do you understand me? Tom Thibodeau is a playoff coach. Let me take a sip here. So, if you got a coach that's focused on being in the playoffs, he's going to go with the best options that he has to get him to where? The playoffs. So, if quickly Kevin Knox, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and the list of the other guys, Obi Toppin, and the guys that's on our team, if starting quickly with RJ Barrett and whoever else you put on the starting lineup benefits Tom Thibodeau to where he's going to go to the playoffs and the Knicks are going to be back to the relevancy. It's not like we're not relevant now, but the good side of relevancy. If that's going to put the Knicks in that type of light, I'm pretty sure that Tom Thibodeau will go for that. And I think that quickly is the answer. So now as we look towards the new season that's coming up, we look towards the things that's going to happen. I hope that the Knicks be better than what the people are saying that they're going to be. I truly hope that the Knicks do turn into a playoff team overnight. We've seen it happen with countless of teams. We've seen it happen with the Denver Nuggets. As soon as they got their guys, they turned into a playoff team. Even though Utah was also a playoff team, but when they got Donovan Mitchell, that enhanced their playoff potential. Brooklyn, we saw them do it. I want the Knicks to be one of those teams that come out and be dominant overnight. And if there was any time for the Knicks to do that, it would be now because of the play-in tournament. Even though I would like us to go get past be at least the 7 seed, so we don't have to be in it, so we'll be guaranteed a playoff spot. I would definitely love to see the Knicks pull a big surprise on the league. Do I think we could do it? Sure. I think that RJ Barrett can have a great season. I think that he can at least average 20 points a game. Julius Randle, if he could put up at least another 20 a game, and the rest of our guys put up good enough numbers to where it keeps us afloat on offense, and we maintain that historic Tom Thibodeau defense, I think that we'll be all right. I see a lot of other commentators, that represent the Knicks saying, no, that we're not going to be a playoff team. We're only going to win like 30 games, if that, in the 20s. Well, F all you guys. I really do think the Knicks could be a playoff team. I get tired of all of these fake Knicks fans. I really do. Because they sit up and act like they're Knicks fans, but the things that they give to the Knicks fans are never things that's of hope. It's always a downside to them. And I'm talking about every other commentator besides myself, I feel does that. I feel like they say, oh, I'm a Knicks fan, I want us to be good. And then you got the ones that say, oh, I want the Knicks to tank this season so we could get Cade Cunningham. Or you got those that say, well, we're just not going to be good. I'm one of those people that's going to say that we are going to be good. I'm one of these people that's going to give you hope every year, every game, every chance that I get, until the hope is, it's no choice for me to admit that we can't get into the playoffs. I'm going to give you that hope. Why? Because I have that hope. I'm a Knicks fan who believes. I'm a Knicks fan who thinks that we have an all-star starting guard on our team by the name of RJ Barrett, and a future all-star in Emmanuel Quickly, and a future all-star in Obi Toppin. This is what I believe. This is what I think. So no, I'm not going to be like the rest of the commentators talking about, oh, it's going to be a 22 win season. No, I'm going to say it's going to be a 45 win season for my Knicks. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to feed you a bunch of hate and pessimist options for you to run with. I'm going to post things that's positive and optimistic about my Knicks. Why? Because I see progression with my Knicks. I see that we have players on our team that want to win. I see that we have players on our team who buying in to the coaching staff. I see we have players on our team who's buying in to the culture. So no, I'm not going to tell you that we're going to have a losing season. I'm going to tell you the Knicks will be great. And yes, I get a little out of ordinary sometimes, but as a Knicks fan, why shouldn't I be? The Knicks are my life. Been watching the Knicks since I was a kid. I watched the Knicks almost win a championship. Well, not almost win, but go to a championship. I seen it. I seen Patrick Ewing go up against Jordan. I seen Latrell Sprewell. I seen even Nate Robinson, Starberry, Carmelo, Kristaps. I've been here through the ages. I'm 34 years old. So yes, I've seen the travesty. I've seen the hurt. I've seen the pain. But one thing that I maintained was my loyalty and my optimism. Through all of these years, I've always had the hope to say we ain't always going to be a bad team. Because we wasn't always a bad team. Let's be honest. We didn't really start getting bad until like let's say, couple of years after the 2000s. That's when the Knicks started to get bad and not be a playoff team and, be type irrelevant in the aspect of winning. But besides that, we've been a pretty good team. We have 2 championships. There's teams that don't have any. So, I'm going to always have hope for my Knicks. And I hope that you, as Knicks fans, also maintain your hope. And just know that we're in this together. That we're doing this together. And we're going to ride this wave until it settles. And I truly believe that we have the team right now with, the likes of RJ Barrett, Kevin Knox, who's I believe is going to have a breakout season. I truly, truly, truly believe that Kevin Knox.
I'm just scratching the surface.
Kevin Knox looks like he has progressed. Kevin Knox looked like he has built the confidence up that he's needing that he didn't have last season. What he came into his rookie season with, I truly believe Kevin Knox has regained that confidence that John Calipari gave him when he departed from Kentucky. And now with having Kenny Payne there, a historic coach in that, Kentucky branch, I feel that Kevin Knox's confidence is on high right now, guys. I feel that he's going to touch a new heights. I've always saw Kevin Knox as one of those KD type of players, Brandon Ingram type of players, the tall, lanky, long arm type of players who can shoot over defenders, and if they apply themselves on defense, they can get a block or two. Those are the types. That is the type of, stature that I see with Kevin Knox. I believe Kevin Knox can be a 25-10 player if he put his mind to it. If Kevin Knox, with his shot, his length, his speed, his athleticism, because let's not act like the kid can't jump out the gym. He can. He just doesn't show it as much as he's supposed to. But I believe if Kevin Knox can, get to that form to where he feels that every basket is going in, and he truly feels like no one can stop him, I believe Kevin Knox will turn into that player where no one can stop him. I believe Kevin Knox can be a superstar. And I'm a RJ Barrett fan, but I believe that Kevin Knox has more of a ceiling than even RJ Barrett or even Obi Toppin. Why? His footwork is better. He could potentially bring his handle up to par. He shoots it better. And he's more athletic than RJ Barrett. Maybe not Obi Toppin, but he's more athletic than RJ Barrett. If you really take a look at it, he's faster than RJ Barrett. If you really take a look at it. So I see Kevin Knox being that Brandon Ingram, Kevin Durant type of player. Who just a sniper from 3. Who can pull up from 30, but also beat you off the dribble and take you to the rack. It's just that he has to put it inside of himself that he is that type of player. Because if he's not letting it be known that he's that type of player, then that means his confidence is not there. And what we need for the Knicks, what we need from Kevin Knox, is for him to have the confidence in order to know that you are that dude. That you are great. That you have the ability to be an all-time great if you really put the effort into it. I see that in Kevin Knox. I see it in RJ Barrett. I see RJ Barrett with the Mamba mentality. I see RJ Barrett as like a Jimmy Butler, like a Kawhi Leonard. You get what I'm saying? It's not like I don't see RJ Barrett as a great player. I see him, I expect him to be more of a greater player than Kevin Knox. But I see a higher ceiling with Kevin Knox than I do with RJ Barrett. Because of Kevin Knox's stature, his physical, you get what I'm saying? 6'10", 7-foot wingspan. You get what I'm saying? This kid, he has the ability to be an all-time great. Emmanuel Quickley. You know who I see in him? I see a little Steph Curry in him. Matter of fact, not even a little Steph Curry. I see, let me think, who is the guard that I could really say that Emmanuel Quickley reminds me of? I really can't say. I see a little Ty Lue in him. I mean, well, as in the scrappiness, but I in that part. I see a little Steph Curry in him. I even see a little Iverson in him. He doesn't have the handle that Iverson has, but he has the heart. I see a lot with Emmanuel Quickley that gives me hope that he could be a truly great player. And I hope that he does. And, I'm not going to get too much more into, everything that's going on and everything that will happen. I will preview, our upcoming game on Wednesday. I just wanted to drop by just, and talk to you guys a little bit of how I'm feeling about the Knicks. I think that we can be a playoff team. So hit me up in the comments. Let me know if you think that the Knicks can be a playoff team. And don't forget to go hit your boy up at OU and Knicks fan page on Twitter. And don't forget to check out the description on OU and Knicks fan page. And check out my sports blog.